Yo, everybody. Welcome to Common Rabble, your favorite podcast on the internet. I'm Pat. I'm here with
Ham,
Hoodie,
DZ.
And if you all can believe it, we're actually on episode 10. This is really exciting. If you're confused, if you're listening on Spotify, if you're looking at the feed and you're saying that doesn't make any sense, maybe check out YouTube. And while you're at it, maybe check us out on all your other favorite social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I don't actually think we're on Facebook. Don't go on Facebook. And we're currently streaming as well on Spotify, Amazon, Google Podcasts, and even iHeartRadio, if you can believe that. So we've done our introductions already. How's everyone doing?
Long week.
Yeah.
I'm going to vouch for that too.
Yeah, I feel that. DZ, how you been?
Pretty good. Almost thought I was going to see somebody like flip their car yesterday on the freeway. So, you know.
Yeah, that video was kind of sketchy.
Yeah, when you're watching the start of it, you can see me like pull out of the lane next to the car because I realized like, oh, there's clearly some fuckery going on. This guy is very upset by getting overtaken by the little black car. But yeah, and then just seeing them, I really thought like that the little black car was gonna like flip when he came out of that because he like tried to pit him. That was kind of crazy.
You know, when you showed me the video, I think I watched it on repeat probably about 10 times. I think the person I feel the worst for was the poor dude in front of both of them because it's just like, if you're looking in your rear view, you're like, one of these two motherfuckers is about to hit me, and I just don't know which.
Yeah.
And I just want to be out of this situation, but I can't be because there's a car in front of me too. So I'm just damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yeah, he was stuck there.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you really should post that to idiots in cars.
It might end up there. But I literally I stopped to give the guy my dash cam footage. I ended up like circling back around on the freeway because he said he was going to call me, and I was like, let me make sure I give you my number. I know you said you put it in your phone, but like, this could be helpful for you in court or something because one of you should go to jail. I don't really know who, but
it might be you. But
yeah, but one of you needs to because you're both driving like idiots.
At least like court mandated like anger management or something.
Right.
Do they do court mandated anger management for road rage? They do, right? Probably,
yeah. I mean, you have to be convicted of something first, but
convicted of driving like a dickhead.
It'd probably just be like negligence or something.
I mean, I guess you could consider it gross negligence, yeah.
So this time of year, we are rolling into June, which is about graduation time for a lot of schools, a lot of moments for people to like really have any big things to be proud of. Like us, we got to 10 episodes. We've made it work. We haven't murdered each other yet. Anything else like highlights for us? Anything big, school, work?
I'll second making it to 10 episodes just because I think when we started talking about this, it seemed like a really fun concept. And I don't know necessarily that, I don't think it's a huge time sink, but just that we've all been dedicated enough to continue showing up, have a pretty regular schedule on this, despite all of us kind of working different shifts all over different places, different life situations going on. We keep coming back every week, and I'm probably the last person who should be talking about this, considering I've missed the most episodes so far. But hey, I'm proud of us.
I think we're tied.
Are we?
Have I missed one or two?
I thought you only missed. I thought you were gone for one.
You gotta check the logs. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Oh well,
we can say you're tied for now.
Yeah,
we'll roll with it.
I never lose.
Yeah, I also have to agree. It's first of all, it's wild that it's June. It's like feels like the holidays just passed. Right. I don't know. The older you get, it feels like the faster time moves. It's fucked up. But yeah, I also have to say the podcast. I'm pretty happy with our consistency and dedication so far. Yeah, it's cool. It's just good to see you guys every week. I enjoy that. That's a highlight. And I'm not looking forward to anything.
Wait, hold on. We're talking about things we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
Ham, you just got us tickets to Queens of the Stone Age. So
I did.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. Fine, one thing you
Also
got me.
got us tickets to Arctic Monkeys the month before, so we're doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna
It's at Chase Center, but
I thought you liked Chase. I mean, sorry, Bill Graham.
no, Bill Graham is great.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
No,
for
Arctic
that,
Monkeys
but
is
Arctic
it.
Monkeys is at Chase. Concerts at Chase kind of suck ass.
Who'd you see at Chase? Gorillas?
Gorillas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, love Gorillas. Love the show.
Are your tickets
but
better this time?
yeah, we're damn near the floor.
Oh, for real?
Okay.
I assumed we were going to be sitting bleeds. Nice. Good job.
Yeah, I fucking needed to make sure it wasn't like the Gorilla show because I was just like, I really like these bands. I really want to actually see the show and like appreciate it.
There's actual people there that are not cartoons or whatever.
Their actual bands perform even when there are cartoons there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you can see the cartoons from farther away than you can the real people on
It's
stage.
just a projector. Like,
Yeah.
you can see the people on stage too.
But you can see them better closer if you're standing closer to them.
You
can see
realize that the Gorillas are an
projected image.
actual band with like actual people, right?
Yeah.
I just want to chime in here real quick. I've gone to a lot of concerts where I've been close to the bands, which is cool. But generally, if I'm going to go to a concert, even if I'm sitting way in the back and I can't really see what's going on, I'm there for the music at the end of the day. You know, it's about the concert vibe and the experience. So even if I can't see shit, I'm still going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Generally.
Generally.
Yeah, were you in bleeds for the Gorilla show? Like pretty far back.
When the tickets went on sale, I was not in the most liquid state,
Sure.
so to speak.
Understandable.
So I got just whatever I could afford at the time. Like looking back on it, I should have just spent the extra, $20-$30 a ticket to have gotten closer. But overall, it wasn't a bad show. Audio was fine. Because I at least got seats that were like in the middle. So like the stage
You had a good
was
angle.
directly. Yeah, so I'm getting decent audio from both of the giant speakers. Whereas like sometimes I've been to shows where like I'm sitting, like when I went to go see MCR, I was like right next to the left speaker. So like the balance wasn't great.
When was it? Who did we see? And there was like a big cement beam right next to us.
Foo Fighters at Oracle Arena.
At Oracle. And we saw Pat.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we
right.
did see
You guys
that.
fucking found me on the
Yeah.
floor.
Yeah,
Like
so
a
we were
Wells
literally
Waldo.
in like the last row of the entire stadium, and then
They were free tickets that I
Yeah, we got free tickets.
from, I don't even remember how, but yeah.
Yeah, your roommate had friends that worked at a bank that got them for free or something.
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
You mentioned the MCR show, Ham. Originally, I was sitting in the back of Oracle Arena, literally the last row. And then the people sitting next to me and my friend that I went with were like, hey, our friends are down there. Do you guys want to switch seats with them? And they were way better seats. They were like, yeah, totally. And I ended up kind of off to the side, but it was still far enough back that the audio was really good. And for the record, MCR was so good. They were killer.
Yeah, yeah, really, really melancholy about the show because I feel like Gerard hurts himself when he performs. Like by the end of the show, you could hear just how hoarse he is. But
See,
he's dedicated to his craft.
I'll agree about Gerard, but I think the thing that makes me the most bittersweet about it is watching Frank now. Because Frank back in the day used to be a wild man and used to like throw himself around and everything. But ever since that accident in Australia, and
What
then
is the accident in Australia?
when he was touring solo, a bus ran into the back of their van and several people almost died. It was kind of like a miracle that they didn't. And then he also like fell off that ladder before they went on the reunion tour.
What the fuck?
And like busted his hand up really bad to the point that he didn't know if he could play guitar anymore.
Yeah.
So watching him was just like, oh man, he's in pain. But still a great show. Foundations of Decay live was chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Are any of you guys going to Pride this year?
No, I've never been. I think actually no, I take it back. I think I went once in high school. Did not go on purpose kind of ended up in the general area. Just because at the time I did not know how buses worked. I kind of just like hopped on one hoping it would take me somewhere.
That's scary. Don't tell me that.
Yeah, so I just got dead center.
You
of
just get on the
SF.
bus and
like, yeah, like I was
wherever
like,
I end up, I end up.
I was just like, yeah, there's just way too many people here. Like, I have nothing against it. Love that it's a thing, but like, I have severe social anxiety, so I'm just like sweating bullets on a bus just because of how many people are around me. Like, so like, yeah, it's not quite for me. Like, my heart's there with them, but I can't do it without having like a panic attack.
It's better when you're not on the bus.
Yeah,
As someone who also went to Pride once in high school, it's better when you're not on a bus.
yeah.
Don't think I'm making it out this year, but it's cool. It's a cool festival. It's one of one of the better probably traditions that
I believe
SF
like
has.
larger ones globally too.
Yeah, it's it's like a national, if not global,
Yeah.
event, I guess. I think the SF one's decent. I mean, I haven't been to any other ones, and SF pretty famously, liberal, inclusive city. So I have to imagine that you're getting less blowback than, like, say, Pride in Kentucky. Sorry, Kentucky. But it's cool, and if you were thinking about checking it out, I recommend it.
Have you ever been to DC?
I think also one time in high school, I feel like it was like really hot, and it was just like a lot of walking and a lot of people, and just like great for the like community that it's for and everything. And I don't know, trying to travel around San Francisco when that thing is happening though is not. I like would not recommend it.
Yeah, if you're not going, stay out of the city.
Yeah, because I think trying to leave afterward or whatever, it was just kind of like a nightmare because all the roads are closed, and if you found parking near there, good luck trying to like get out because traffic is going to be miserable.
It's hard enough getting around the city when there's not like half the roads closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like if you know someone and have a place to crash and can just like ride it out, like,
That'd
I
be
feel
ideal.
Like it's great fun time. But man, getting back to Oakland from SF when half of SF is shut down. Okay, half isn't
A lot though,
but like
and
a lot of main roads.
Yeah, near the area that you need to be to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I plan to go eventually, but like I know there's been like a lot of discourse about how it's kind of slowly turned into like just a general party weekend and kind of has lost focus.
I think a lot of like corporate sponsorships
Yeah.
dipping their toes, maybe rubbing people the wrong way, and that's pretty valid.
Definitely. But yeah, like I definitely don't feel like it's a weird conversation to have because I'm like more recently like accepting that I fall under like the LGBT umbrella, and I feel like a lot of the times just people see me as like generally will look at me and just like, oh, you're just cis straight male, like I'm in like a cis presenting relationship, so like most people don't think about that, and like I don't really wear it on my sleeve either. Like I'm not like I don't really think it's anyone's business, but like I do plan to eventually go there, especially now with all the shit going on around the country. I feel like now is the time to like stand up for people, specifically like the trans community with like all the shit going on like in Florida and I think also Kentucky.
Yeah,
probably.
I think Pride is canceled in Florida if it ever was a thing at all.
So yeah, I don't know. Just a thought.
One place in San Francisco I have been, however, is the Westfield Mall, which we somehow never mentioned on our mall episode. Just
Really?
didn't come up. Yeah.
It's not a good mall.
We talked about a lot of bad malls. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's weird that it didn't come up at all.
I guess that's true.
I
now
did
that
want
you
to
say
mention it, and I forgot.
Gotcha.
Now that you say
It's
it,
just
I think when I
overpriced.
was in San Francisco, I was trying to find Westfield. I got off the wrong BART.
You got off on
And
Montgomery,
also
and you
didn't
were like,
also didn't know how
Yeah.
BART worked either. Very sheltered growing up. Never touched grass.
so
until
you're
I was like 13
there's
years old.
one stop and you get out of the exact right set of stairs and it puts you right in front of the doors essentially.
Yeah,
if you
I know
don't
that.
find those exact stairs, it's just kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah. And I think that's where I was going. I was meeting friends who went to high school in SF. They were there for Pride. We're like, let's just meet up, hang out at the mall. and I ended up getting lost and I ended up never meeting up with them. So
damn.
funny you say that. It was
Okay.
going to Westfield because that was also the only mall that I knew how to get to.
Yeah, but also you didn't make it.
Did not make it.
Yeah.
I think Westfield Mall and the New Park Mall probably, or not even the New Park Mall, because they don't even really have a food court anymore. But Westfield Mall had probably one of the more expensive food courts that I've like ever been to.
I assume
Yeah,
everything at that
definitely.
Westfield is overpriced.
Yeah, it was like, I think the last couple of years they've like lost a bunch of the stores because people like realistically they're catering to a clientele that they do not have in the city anymore. Like, I don't know if people are willing to spend that much in downtown anymore. Because I know one of the things that I had read said that they had lost like 55% of the stores in the last year or something like that, or the last couple of years, and that's just like they've got to be gouging everybody else on rent. If everybody's leaving, they've got to be like
they got to make
jacking
money
everything else.
somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember going there a lot in high school. Like literally, if we weren't hanging out in Berkeley, we were hanging out in Westfield. At least with like my friends from like middle school who ended up going to school in high school and stuff like that. We'd hang out there, just walk around places, take as many free samples of things as we could. There was, I feel like it's kind of legendary, in my mind at least. The first time I ever saw like chocolate covered bacon was at this like food court area
in
thing,
Westfield.
like at like the bottom floor.
were we there for a high school field trip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the same. That was the same time with the arcade thing from a couple episodes ago.
Gotcha.
That was that same day. But yeah, cheeseburger
That's
pizza.
right.
It's like a pie. It was literally just like a slice of pie, like 3 layers high. Absolute abomination of society, but also like a crowning achievement
So a
of mall food.
calzone.
Yes and no. I've heard it described as bread lasagna, not a calzone, but it was definitely something.
it's more of like a bready pie crust or something.
Yeah, so it was like a deep dish pie, but like with
Bread on
crust,
top.
like crust topped
Pie crust or bread crust?
bread crust.
Okay, that's
so
different. Like a
Looking
bread
back,
bowl.
Looking back on it now,
It
that
was
I
a
say
bread
it,
bowl.
I'm glad they're closing.
Yeah. Good. No, yeah.
Wait, what stall was selling the cheeseburger pizza?
There was like a grocery store type
Little thing in the food
at
court.
the-
One of
on
the-
the
it's like
food
the
court.
bigger thing in the food court down
right
there. at
across from
Westfield.
the Buckhorn Grill.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't they used to have a thing where they give you your food's free if it like takes longer than 15, 20 minutes? Am I tripping? I remember that there's a Buckhorn Grill, or it used to be in the Metreon, and that's the one I'm familiar with. And I could have sworn at one point back in the day they had some like your food is free if it's not out by this time promotion.
That's
Buckhorn
probably
had the
possible.
Metreon.
Yeah, I think it might still. I think it might still. Be
I have
there.
never been to a Buckhorn. I don't even know what that is.
It's not great.
Gotcha.
It was always too rich for my blood.
I've never been to a Buckhorn, but I don't think I've seen a Buckhorn that wasn't at a mall.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Like, all of the ones I can remember, it was like Stone Ridge, Bay Street, Westfield. I don't think I've ever seen one just as a restaurant on the street somewhere. You know,
The only restaurant I've been to at a mall is a Baja Fresh. I don't even know if you count that as a restaurant.
I don't think
crazy.
so.
it's fast food, but it's one of my favorite fast foods.
Dang. With Westfield closing, or not, they're not even closing. They're just like
Relinquishing
they're
ownership.
forfeiting their loan.
Washing
That's
their
it.
hands and walking away.
Yeah, and I didn't even like the thing that I was reading earlier that I was telling you about. They're partnered with another company called Brookfield. So Brookfield and Westfield, they literally just own malls all over the U.S. and that's like all they do. I think because
Is it just
with my
rent store
job,
space?
several of the malls that are like the car charger things are at malls or at malls that are Westfield or Brookfield, and they're just like either named like Westfield or it's like I think New Park Mall is a Brookfield property. Like they just like if there's a mall in the Bay Area, they probably own it. And
Damn.
San Jose is making way more money, and San Francisco's not. And so I think they're backing out. But good. Maybe they'll put something like useful there, something that like more people can afford. Or I don't ever want to say housing because I doubt that San
'Cause they
Francisco
never
would
do
ever
it.
do it. Yeah. But hopefully they put like, I don't know, more stuff like Ross or like discount clothing store or something.
It's like a 7-story Ross.
I mean, shit, I'll
sounds like
be
a
there.
nightmare.
I'll be there. It would suck, but I'll be there.
Imagine you got a clothes in a 7-story Ross. And that's just your job.
The top story is just crappy luggage that breaks the first time you use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like most
mall
luggage.
Rosses. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, you
Mall Rosses are something else. Like they just
More chaotic.
feel completely different. Like we went to one in
Canada? That's a different experience too.
that felt like the first time I went to Ross, like as a child, where it just felt like a flea market but
Yeah.
indoors. But
Can we do a quick lightning round of tier lists between, or just like a ranking? Ross, TJ Maxx, and Burlington Coat Factory.
Marshalls.
Okay, yeah, and Marshalls.
Whoa.
Kohl's? Kohl's.
Kohl's? What? No, not Kohl's. Kohl's isn't a discount. That's a straight up.
You
department
know what?
store.
Yeah, you're right. So Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, Burlington Coat Factory.
Burlington Outlet specifically,
I'm gonna go with
which is also near the Westfield, by the way.
Is it really?
I don't know if it's still there.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah,
All right. Was it on Market?
I think so. It was like around the corner.
I think I remember that. I've been to like one Burlington Coat Factory though, and it's solid. Prices are decent. TJ Maxx and Marshalls are owned by the same parent company, I think, because they
Sounds
also
right.
own REI.
Really?
But Sierra.com, that's my shit. That is like discount. It is the website for REI, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls, and it's their discount stuff. So clearance stuff and out of season stuff from them, so it's even cheaper than normal.
So it's the REI Ross.
Yeah, it's great.
So that's where you get all your Carhartt stuff and whatnot.
Actually, yeah, I got 2 sets of overalls from them that are super great in the wet weather, and then all of my winter gear for Canada came from Sierra. I think yours did too, Ham.
Yeah, like $50. Got like 2 whole outfits
Yeah.
for snow.
Yeah,
Which
great.
out here that would be just, or at any given store, $50 is just the pants. So yeah, cool plug for them. Happy for them. If you could find shit in your size though. So
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, rankings. I would go number 1 for me would be TJ Maxx because I fucking love their kitchen section. Every time I'm at TJ Maxx, there's always some stupid gadget thing there that I want to get. It's always $5. I use it twice and it breaks. But that moment, or like I see it, or I'm like, I'm going home with that. Like that's a cool feeling. I don't get that at Marshalls / Home Goods.
Just real quick, does every like random kitchen gadget that you get from TJ Maxx usually break after like 3 or 4 uses?
Absolutely, every time.
All right, cool. Not just me.
One time have I bought something. I bought inconveniently shaped measuring cups. There's like novelty measuring cups.
Were they like the wrong measurements? Do they give you like impractical
They are
measurements?
the wrong
Okay.
measurements.
On
I just
purpose?
recently tested them and they're like all a little larger than what it's supposed to be. And now that I think about it, it doesn't specify if it's liquid or solid. So that might be why it's off a little bit. They might just be averaging. I'm not 100% sure, but they're like strawberry shaped and they're stacking. So that it's like one little, it stacks into the large 1 cup and it's a bunch of smaller.
They're
cup
nesting.
measurements.
Yeah,
Nesting. Yeah.
strawberry nesting dolls.
Yeah, and like literally, I went to go do dishes once. One of the things was in the tray. I dropped like a spoon or a fork, cracked the lip of
Glass?
the thing,
Plastic?
ceramic.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just like, all right, fuck it. That's $5 I'll never see again. But oh well. But yeah, TJ Maxx / Marshalls because I feel like they're the same thing. I feel like Marshalls caters to like. I feel like every Marshalls I've been to, they try to seem more upscale than a TJ Maxx, but I haven't been to a lot of them. And then I would go What was the other one?
Ross and Burlington.
I'd go Burlington then Ross because I feel like you find nicer stuff at Burlington, but Ross is like you can find a lot of good stuff. I feel like the majority of the stuff I have is from Ross, but like you got to search, you got to dig, you got to like, and I mean literally dig. But
I feel weird leaving it at a list of 4, since we said no Kohl's because that's just a department store.
Yeah.
So can we put DD's discounts at 5?
DD's, yeah, we can keep DD's at 5.
Okay, so
We'll just leave it at 5 on all of them.
I think everybody would agree with that, right?
I've literally never even stepped foot in a DD's.
All right, Ham, you and me.
Yeah, that's
and A1.
DD's is the one at Eastmont, which also called back to the mall episode. Not great.
Okay. This is not a Westfield memory in particular, but one of the only times I think I went to a mall with most of us, we went to Southland for, I want to say it was A1's birthday. We went to Hometown Buffet. It's not a great memory, but it's one of my favorites.
It's a memory.
Yeah.
It's one of the memories of all time.
One of my memories.
It's funny to me that it's been closed for so long and they've done nothing with that space yet.
It's a Golden Corral.
It's nothing.
It's gone?
There's nothing there.
What?
Yeah, it's just the shape of it's the shape of a Hometown Buffet still, but there's nothing inside. It's still just closed.
Huh.
Yeah. I just drive by it like 3 times a month at this point, and I'm just like surprised. It's a big space to not have anything in it. But Southland Mall is kind of also dead. I could think a dead mall.
Very dying.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're also owned by Westfield or Brookfield properties.
They have a Planet Fitness over there. Crunch. What is the
Planet Fitness?
Anytime Fitness?
No, they
it's got a hand on it, doesn't it?
I think
Isn't that the logo?
That's Crunch, what you're talking about, but I think it's Anytime Fitness that's over there. Right?
I'm pretty sure it's Planet Fitness.
I think it's Planet Fitness.
Oh, it is a Planet Fitness. Yeah.
You can see the sign
Right
on
in the
freeway.
parking lot. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so they've got Planet Fitness,
Thinking about it, yeah.
which has a lot of foot traffic, and they got the theater over there too. So I feel like the big thing there for
that's it,
Southland
though.
is the theater. No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
like foot traffic they get is from the theater. People will go to the other shit while waiting for a movie.
But and the fact, so there's like the movie theater, the Planet Fitness, and then there is a doctor's office, and then the Macy's is on the back ends. But I don't.
No, the Sears. Sears is gone.
No, there's a Macy's.
There's
there.
a Macy's too.
Yeah, there's a Macy's there now. Sears has been gone forever.
There used to be a Mervyn's. That's what I
They're
remember.
gone. Yeah, they're.
It's
Yo.
Mervyn's.
There was a
With all of
Mervyn's
my
where
heart.
Kohl's is now in Alameda.
Kohl's is basically Mervyn's.
but more expensive.
Yeah.
Wait, where's there a Mervyn's?
There was a Mervyn's at South Shore where Kohl's is now. Mervyn's
it's
is
Kohl's.
gone. Yeah, well, yeah.
I
Mervyn's
thought that was
is
a
dead.
J.C. Penney before the Kohl's. Maybe it was in between. I don't remember.
I want to say like maybe the
I don't remember what it
Wait.
Joe's or something.
I think you're right. I'm pretty sure there was a J.C. Penney's there for a while. I don't think it was the same building as what was Mervyn's and is now Kohl's, because I'm pretty sure those two things coexisted at one point.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Mervyn's
I
and
think it was right
Kohl's?
behind where the Kohl's
Or
was.
it was right
remember.
behind the Kohl's or part of what is now Kohl's because they might have had it split or something like
No,
that.
behind
that
the Kohl's was
sounds
the Blockbuster.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
J.C. Penney's was also by the Blockbuster, I think.
Because it was the Kohl's.
Man, y'all remember
All right, I'm
Blockbuster?
gonna say,
I love
I'm
Blockbuster.
just gonna say I don't believe there's been a JCPenney in Alameda.
There was.
I don't think that's a thing.
I bought a pair of knockoff ass Vans the same time as one of my friends bought one, and then was made fun of literally the next day at school because we were wearing matching shoes without knowing it. But they're just JCPenney knockoff Vans.
You got the
Wait.
Bonds.
yeah, Airwalks.
Yeah,
Airwalks.
I used to get Airwalks at the Payless over at South Shore.
Oh, was it Payless and not JCPenney's?
I swear there was a JC Penney.
Payless.
There is a Payless.
Still,
It's still there.
I'm pretty sure.
was
Yeah.
a
I'm pretty sure the Payless is the VR spot. No,
There's a VR spot
yeah,
there now?
is.
Yes.
Yo, that's wild. I only go over there for Ogani.
Oh,
you go to Ogani.
Have you ever done the VR?
It's not bad.
It's expensive.
Korean barbecue everywhere is expensive.
That's true.
Yes.
Hoodie, have you ever been to the VR stuff? Any of the at storefronts?
literally the only time I ever went was with you and A1 when we went to like Sacramento for that.
Oh, did I take you guys up there?
It was the three of us. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's right. Jesus,
That was like
long time ago.
2017, 2018,
Yeah.
something like that.
But yeah, now they have one that's more. They have more stuff at this one. It's like the vests and the hand stuff or whatever.
Oh, I've seen the places like that. I get ads for that on
Game Day
Insta
VR.
sometime.
Yeah.
Like they have all the kind of crazy stuff, and like you can kind of like move around in a room. I get a lot of the ads for like bring all your friends, and
Yeah.
it's like 4-person zombie type
Exactly.
shit. Yeah,
Let's go. South Shore.
is that really what they have here?
Yeah.
Oh, bet. Let's go.
The ones where you sit in the egg.
They have that too.
Oh, okay.
Like I think they have multiple things at this one.
Yeah. It's right next to the dice.
Oh, but also at Southland. Is it at Southland that they have one?
Please don't take me to Southland.
A VR thing like it's either South. One of the other malls have another
We'll
VR
go
thing
to-
like that.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
New Park?
No, we'll go. No, I was
Mall.
saying, we'll go to Buffalo Wild Wings afterwards.
Oh,
We could just go
Because
to New
Buffalo
Park and then
Wild
go back to
Wings-
Union Landing.
because Buffalo Wild Wings now has Mountain Dew.
It's signature flavor. I don't
Some
care.
bullshit.
I gotta try it
Yeah,
as a
Mountain Dew Wild Wang.
it's just honey mustard in the Mountain
Don't say
Dew.
that. That'd break my
Wait, is
heart.
it a drink or a sauce?
It's a drink.
No, it's a drink. They have a signature flavor of Mountain Dew at
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Did you guys see that Mountain Dew made a Baja
Legend.
Blast
Mountain
hot
Dew
sauce?
Legend. There we
yes,
go.
it was super limited. I did not win the raffle. But I'm what I call a Dinosaur. So I have a collection of Mountain Dews, different flavors, varieties that like seasonal, only come out every once in a while. I just love it. I don't know why. I know it's disgusting. It's basically fucking spermicide syrup, but I can't not have it.
So have you had Mountain Dew Legend yet?
I have not had Legend.
So when are we going to Buffalo Wild Wings?
Oh, Ham can take you. That's fine.
No, you want to go too, DZ. I know you do. Pat?
Homework.
I'm coming.
Hell yeah. A1 will go too, I'm sure.
Okay.
We'll
Homework,
do it
though.
for the pod. Do it for the pod.
Or the pod.
I'm just like
Goes
a
to
little
Buffalo Wild
jaded that
Wings.
I can't remember a single time of getting the wings there and actually like enjoying the wings there.
That's not a problem.
It's probably because usually every time we've gone, it's like, oh, this is like a 2.5 hour wait.
I'll say you
That's
could
right.
pull a pat and get the cheeseburger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do what I do.
Get the pulled pork sandwich.
Try every mediocre menu item on the side menu. Just cycle through them until I can know for certain that they're all bad.
It's like, so you have to actually get the wings from this place. Nothing else is worth it.
Well, it's like going to Texas Roadhouse and getting a burger. You don't go to a
You
Texas
don't go to
Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse and get a pulled
Can't
pork
get a
sandwich.
good burger in Texas. Tell me that with straight face. Tell me you can't get the pulled pork is barbecue. Just putting it between bread. The same thing.
I think the part where it went bad was the bread, though. Everything else we were eating was also
I
bread.
fucked up because I wasn't even that hungry and
That's
I
true.
ate too much before
true.
the entrees even came out. I played
true.
myself.
Was it the bread?
It was the bread, and we got the wedges or something.
We got the fucking death onion and the
yeah, too many appetizers.
The death onion?
the death onion, the
No,
heart attack onion,
the cactus blossom.
Cactus blossom.
Oh,
Cactus
okay.
jack-
Yeah, I
whatever
got
the
you.
fuck.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, and
That's on me. Just those two right there. That's on me.
and
That's
the
enough.
potato skin things or whatever they are. We literally got too much.
It was decadent, and I regret it.
Yeah,
How many people did you guys go with?
just the three of
Just
us.
three of us.
What is wrong with you guys?
Honestly, I was like, we could just get the bloomin' onion, and then Ham also got the potato skins. I was like, you
I
know
just
what?
wanted the potato skins.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I
worth
really
it.
just wanted the potato skins. in
Honestly,
general.
we could have just had the bloomin' onion and the potato skins and eaten nothing else, and would have been fine because we didn't finish the potato skins or the.
AD, I don't think you're allowed to call it a bloomin' onion because you were at Texas Roadhouse. I'm pretty sure you have to call it a cactus blossom because who owns the rights to blooming onion? Is that Golden?
Outback.
Oh, it's Outback? Okay.
Outback steak.
Yeah.
And they will get litigious.
They're going to get real Australian on your ass.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Crikey.
I went to the movies about a week ago, and I saw Across the Spider-Verse, and that shit was pretty lit. But before we get into that, I thought we could just talk about our general opinions on the movie-going experience, something that has become a little more contentious in the age of digital media and streaming. And I feel when I hear people talking about going to the movies nowadays, it's usually people talking about how happy they are that they don't have to go to the movies anymore. And that's a totally valid perspective. But I've always been a fan, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon.
I was literally going to say, one of my favorite things during the pandemic was the whole like straight to streaming thing that they did for several movies.
That was a plus, sure.
I was like, man, I'll gladly pay, I guess, $20 one
30.
time, 30.
Yeah.
If you can get multiple people in the room, it's fine. It's a little nicer bathroom experience. You can pause it.
There's perks, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
To run directly contradictory to that, one of the things I missed most during the pandemic for certain movies, I don't go to a lot of movies, but when I do, it's usually something big. And two of the movies I remember the most relatively close to prior to the pandemic were Endgame and Infinity War. And just watching a crowd and being a part of that crowd and getting all hyped up about something like that.
You want the pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I tend to reserve actually going to the movies for things that are less of a movie and more of kind of like an event almost.
Yeah. Like I think that's how I felt at Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like the crowd experience at that theater. It was like a packed house and just like everybody's on point to every, like, I don't know, action point or whatever in the movie. And it's just like, it's clear that they did a good job. And I did not like that movie theater. The downtown, the Grand Lake or wherever it is. I don't like that one. The seats are not comfortable.
Fucking slander what you just did. Grand Lake Theater is one of my favorite theaters, albeit shitty. You love it for its character. It has character. Those rooms feel those rooms you go in to watch the movies feel different. They feel historic. I love Grand Lake Theater. Grew up there. I grew up literally walking there from my house. I'm like, that's not even that close of a walk.
That's still kind of a walk.
Yeah, like I just remember walking there with my mom, like, and we'd go see a movie while my dad was at work. Like, love that theater.
I've
not
only
the
gone.
best theater as far as like amenities, but man, it's local. I love what is the board? The marquee board. Love that.
I've only been there as an adult. I never went there as a kid. My only experience with the movie theater as a kid is Jack London.
Speaking of a theater with no amenities.
Yeah, exactly.
But also a theater where you are part of the movie going experience.
That's true, whether you want to be or not.
The wildest crowds are at Jack London.
There's
always
the new revelation in theater experience. Everybody's doing the like recliner seats, like the Veranda Lux in Concord. That one they also serve like alcohol, and I think when you go, it's like they just push a button. It's like, oh, you want a rum and coke, and they push a button and dispenses a rum and coke. So it's like pre-metered shots and everything. So you can never
Like
get
out of the seat arm?
out of the concession stand.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like in your seat hitting like an iPad.
No, I wish.
Don't
There's
squeeze the juice.
alcohol shooting out of your cup holder.
$15
get
per
it in your
shot.
cup.
Yeah. No.
Is it cheaper than liquor at AMC?
I don't think so. It's in Concord, so it's a little high end, quote unquote high end, but not really actually high end. Price wise, it is.
Since you were talking about theaters in Concord, have you been to the Brendan?
The Brendan, I think that's the one that the Alameda Theater owner dude also owned.
That wouldn't surprise me. It has a very similar vibe. Just I would say probably a little more upscale.
Yeah.
And definitely smaller too.
Yeah.
But
I think that is the other one that
I think that was the first place I went with the reclining seats and thinking, damn, this is so cool. And then everybody started getting them.
Yeah.
So kind of lost its luster, and driving 45 minutes to get there did not seem as appealing.
No, the Veranda is not that far. Like you go without traffic, it's like 20 minutes, and there's a bunch of stuff at that little plaza.
20 minutes from you guys.
Yeah, so 40 minutes from you.
Yeah.
But that one's cool because the plaza it's in actually has there's like a Crumble, there's some burger place, I forget what the hell it's called. There's a place that sells ice cream.
Is that where Angel and Devil is?
Maybe
Or Angel Devil, the ice cream boba place.
I think so. Yeah.
it's very possible. Oh yeah, that is where it is. They also have not Ogane. What's the other?
They have the hot pot place.
Yeah.
Shabu Time or
something like that.
That place is fire.
That's great. The individual hot pot.
Yes.
I love that stuff. It's awesome.
Like, I'm not tripping about sharing a hot pot, but when you can get the individual stuff, because,
everybody has their own.
well, like our little goth friend who lives up in Concord, his wife is very much not a meat eater. So when we go out and we have hot pot,
Yeah.
it gets a little tough because he and I are like, meat soup.
Yeah.
And it always feels bad because she's just sitting there watching us enjoy our meat soup and just trying to pick around it to get the veggies.
Shouts out our little goth friend. Love that.
The little goth.
Love that.
Shouts out Soup.
Shouts out Soup. Little goth Soup. Let's go.
Okay, wait. Let's go around the table real quick. Favorite movie theaters. Ham, you first.
It was one in Berkeley. I don't remember which one. It's closed now.
The California.
I'm not sure. It was off like a side street.
I think
off
it was the
Shattuck.
California. I was
Yeah.
going to mention that one too. That one closed, and one of the other two theaters on Shattuck closed. So
It was like a UA something.
yeah, it
on
wasn't
Shattuck,
great,
on
but
Fifth
like
Street.
Berkeley used to be a decent like place to see movies, and now they have literally one
So
theater.
there used to be like 4 movie
And now there's
theaters like
literally
right
one.
over
There's
there.
like the one on College, I think.
oh,
That's
okay.
it.
There's two.
What's the other one?
One of the ones on Telegraph is still there. Or Telegraph or what's the other street?
Shattuck.
Shattuck, yeah. I think it's Shattuck.
Because like there was
actually.
that main big one, and I think that one just recently closed.
Okay.
Oh,
there's
no.
there's
Sure,
two
it
on
just
Shattuck
closed.
then, and one of them is still open.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, because
But,
California Theater was cool. First theater I went to with the couches. Like they just had couches. They weren't recliners or anything like that. Like it was just straight up like they set it up like someone's living room. So like you were watching like short release indie flicks and stuff. Like that was really cool. I've seen a lot of like one weekend only type shit there. Did you ever see
It's not awful lightning of you.
Awful Lightning?
It's lightning round.
Oh, sorry.
My bad. I derailed all
California-
that.
California Theater.
That was going to be my answer.
We'll revisit that.
I don't know if it was at the California, but since you were talking about, limited release type stuff, I might have seen the Violet Evergarden movie there.
Okay.
It might have been there. It was somewhere near Shattuck.
I
It was
say my
definitely
answer was also deep cut anime shit as
Jesus.
well.
Sounds about right. Pat?
Shout out to the California too. I think I saw Spirited Away there when I was in high school. That was that was my first like Miyazaki film. I didn't know shit about shit until I saw that, and I was like, okay, I get the hype now. And that theater was really cool because there was only 3 screens, but they used to play like deeper cut like indie stuff, releases that you're just not going to get at like a AMC. So that theater was great for seeing harder to find stuff, and now it's just gone. So that sucks. I do want to shout out the Alamo Draft House, which is a chain. There's a decent amount of them. I don't know. I think there might be one in like Concord or that area.
I think I've been to one.
Yeah.
Not in California.
Not in California. I think they started in Texas.
Okay.
Hence
I think that's the only one I went to.
saw one. I think I was in Austin.
Yeah.
And went to one or
There's
something.
one in SF in the Mission, and it's pretty nice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to.
They do like cool like pre-show like trailers where they have like a bunch of like programming related to the movie, so you
Yeah.
get to like watch stuff while you're waiting, and you can order a shit ton of food and drinks. And yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's decent food. So I like Alamo a lot. I'd go there way more often if it wasn't only in SF.
Yeah. That's miserable.
Yeah, shout outs to them.
For me, my number one theater, I was gonna say, like, first off, I think, was it like the New Parkway? I think I've seen like one movie there or something like that. That's like they have a solid setup there, but the little theater in Alameda that does not exist anymore, I miss that place.
The church one?
The church one.
I saw so many Pirates of the Caribbeans at that.
I saw
theater.
Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit in that movie theater. It used to just have couches. It was just like that other. It was just couches and futons.
Yeah, another
it's
couch
where
style.
there's like it's on not Webster. It's on like 8th Street and Central. There's like a little church on the corner. It used to be a movie theater.
8th and Central.
Now it's a church again.
Maybe 9th and Central. Yeah.
It's really close to
The park.
the park. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was my like favorite theater. But that, and then like the Alameda Theater. Outside of just it being the one that I at some point worked at, it also has like some of the best like not interior design, but like it's got a bunch of like Art Deco stuff going on from the architect that made it, and just like the way that they restored that theater is really nice. And I really like the overall vibe of it. It feels kind of old and like
When you're in
like
the
the
big
Fox.
theater, it's really cool.
Yeah, especially in there. Yeah.
I also got to real quick shout out the Grand Lake again, because I also like the Grand Lake Theater. Have you ever been there when the organist was playing?
Yes.
Okay, they have an old school organ in the Grand Lake Theater.
Is it like in a pit in the front or something like that?
It's actually, I think, on the stage, but it gets lowered
Gotcha.
down into the stage,
like the orchestra.
when it's out of use. But if you see movies there, sometimes there'll be someone playing when you come in, and that's pretty fucking cool.
Gotcha.
I was super drunk and went to see The Last Jedi there at like 10:30 once.
Nice.
And I just remember sitting in my seat, just like letting the organ fucking sounds wash over me.
Yeah, it's for typically like premiere weekends.
This was like 2 months after The Last Jedi came out. Yeah, I was late to the party.
So they're probably just doing it as often as possible to get more people in there.
Probably. I think it's cool whenever I see it.
Yeah. I'll say I like Hoodie said, miss like the experience, but like at the same time, it's just like I'm still kind of like weary about large gatherings,
sitting
like,
in a room that's
post-COVID
just
world with a bunch of people just like coughing on like popcorn and shit,
huffing the same air for too long.
Just recently saw Shin Kamen Rider.
Oh, that's sick.
At AMC. That was
it
cool.
good?
It was campy. Like it is exactly what you'd expect. Like they didn't do like
Is that the like
a modernization. It was literally like shot for shot of like old stuff, but like with modern CGI. It was like if you like Kamen Rider or like you like that tongue in cheek like action like Sentai
If you like Power Rangers
stuff, yeah.
Oh, so it is that one that's like Power Rangers. They have like a bunch
It's like
of
the
morpher
main
things.
Bugman's.
Yeah, it was like the main kind of like inspiration for Power Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know.
I think I've gotten a bunch of TikToks of those. They're like random ass morphing things that they use and various cards
different
or
belts and
keys
shit.
and belts and puts the Power Rangers to shame.
I will say that it's definitely hit and miss though, because like for an event like that, it's like, yeah, you want to go, you want to be with the people that are into it too. Like you go to see a movie like that, these are your people, but at the same time, you remember who your people are, and you're just like, fuck, I'd rather be at home.
Damn.
Hey, TFTI, Ham.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt when I went to see Across the Spider-Verse.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I saw it on came out on a Friday. I saw it on a Thursday. The Alameda Theater was doing like Thursday screenings, surprisingly.
The night before?
Yeah, like 7:30, not even like a midnight.
Of the night before?
Yeah.
Wait, so just
Jesus.
for clarification,
That's not uncommon.
Okay, at 7:30 though. I didn't know that.
So when Infinity War came out, I went to there were two screenings the day prior to release. There was a 7:30 or like 6:30, 7:30 that I couldn't make because I had to get off work first. So the one I went to was technically the midnight screening, which started at 9, and because it's a damn near 3-hour movie, basically let out at midnight.
Gotcha.
Still counts.
Yeah, totes.
I'll say for clarification, your people, are they comic book nerds or children?
Yes.
I think I feel like there's a right answer to this question, no matter how I feel. I'll say comic book. I'll say nerds in general. I'm not a comic book guy.
Nerds of all ages.
I'm a filthy fucking dipshit nerd. So I'll take that to the bank. There's not to get into spoilers right off the bat, but there's a scene in Spider-Verse where Gwen takes out a collectible figurine from Miles's collection, and the whole theater groaned.
Oh,
Damn.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They saw that resale value drop, and they were not happy about it. So that was my moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
Yeah. Otherwise was really good. You guys like the first one? Did we see Into the Spider-Verse?
We just-
How
Of
do
course.
you
I just watched it last night.
feel
Yeah.
about that? It's pretty good, right?
I like when I first saw that in theaters, like it's crazy to believe that was pre-COVID.
When did it come out? 18? 17?
5 years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember like tearing up because like this is at the time where like I had realized like animation is like what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to work heavily in animation. So like to see like a movie that like, yes, it was CGI, but like to just be animated with so much style and like still sticking true to the story and feeling the comic book vibe, just seeing like this medium that I enjoyed all of my life like come to fruition, like for like that hour and a half in the theater where like I'm watching a comic book, like tying together my love of animation, comic books and shit like that. Like I literally feel like there were some scenes where I like legitimately like teared up at the animation. Like that sounds fucking stupid, but like at that time I was just like hyper passionate about animation. Like I mean I still am, but like something about that time, it's like I feel like it's just captured in my mind. So I was really looking forward to number 2. I should be going to see it tomorrow, so looking forward to that.
Tight. Any other Spider-Verse thoughts before I
No, bring on the spoilers.
Spoilers? All right, spoiler cast.
Whoa. Sorry, I hate to ruin the spoiler cast, but I'm still very much intending to go see this. So
Okay, we don't have to get into spoilers.
You can be vague.
Yeah, I'll be pretty big. There's not a ton I need to say either. It's a good movie. I'll say it. If you like the first one, you're definitely gonna like this one. The visuals in this movie, and I thought the first movie looked amazing. This one clears it. It's like, I'm actually impressed how much better I think this one looks.
Wow.
So I think you're gonna be pretty happy tomorrow if you make it.
One thing I did notice is the art style doesn't work at lower fidelity. I watched it with DZ yesterday at 720p.
Yeah.
And like it was kind of rough. Like the motion blur was like really bad. Like it felt like I was watching it with like those red and blue.
Oh
like,
no.
3D glasses.
Yeah.
Like it does not look smooth at all. The lower the frame rate you get. But I mean it's still really good. Still some scenes definitely felt like
I would
like
say
thousands of
This
dollars
should have been
went
better
into
in
that.
4K.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, for this new one, I'd say highest resolution on the biggest screen you can do.
Okay.
It's worth it.
So IMAX.
IMAX would fuck.
That's kind of what I wanted to. I want to see this movie. I don't have any desire to see a movie in the first place, though. Just like don't really care for it anymore.
Least favorite medium.
Yeah, 100%. And just like I do want to see this movie, but I also want to see Transformers, and I want to see this movie in IMAX if I do see it. Though I feel like I could just go all the way out. The last movie I saw in IMAX was Polar Express.
Double feature.
I mean, if they did it, I can't. I don't have the attention span to do that.
$60.
I'll just
on
I'll
yourself.
sneak into the other one. I'll pay for that.
You can't really sneak into movies the same way at some theaters. Because they mark that like you pay for seats now.
Oh, 100%. But like, I walk into movie theaters every day with work now.
Right.
That's where they have the not clean bathrooms, but they have the bathrooms. I stay just like, I need your restaurant. I could go into a theater. They're not going to stop me. It's the middle of the day. I do really want to see this movie though. And I'm thinking IMAX might be the way to go.
I think if you can swing it, it's probably worth it.
Yeah.
All right. New pod homework. Mark, whoa. Write that down.
You trying to go see Transformers, Pat?
Not really.
Damn.
I mean, I feel like as a pod, Transformers is a deep cut.
It looks so bad. This is the one where they got him to say, "I'm going to turn into a truck now," and then he says, "Like it's transforming time."
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I want to see.
Maybe
it.
Is that when he
Maybe
Transformy is still all over him?
It was literally like I think internet voting that they had to that they like respected and like were like, okay, that's what you guys want.
They did a poll for dialogue in this movie.
Do you want him to say, "I'm going to turn into a truck now," or "It's Transformer time"? And I think the thing was that it was a tie, and he says both. Nice. Sequentially.
This is abysmal.
The people have spoken.
Yes, I didn't say it was good, Hoodie.
All right. Well, I don't have a ton else to say about Spider-Verse. The acting's great, the plot's fine, the music's cool, the new characters are pretty interesting, but the visuals definitely were my favorite part. Like far and away, this is like whole movie is eye candy, and I can't stress that enough.
I looked at the IMDb last night, and I was just like, "Damn, this is stacked."
Yeah,
Like, there's a lot of
new characters,
a lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah,
I'm hyped for 2099 Mexican Spider-Man. Let's go representation. But Yeah, I didn't realize it the first time I saw it, but Jake Johnson is
Peter Parker.
Peter B.
Yeah.
Parker. I was like, perfect casting. Now, like once I rewatched it and realized it, I was just
clicked.
like, my God, like this movie
He
needed
was,
even more recognition.
A sitcom, right? I don't know him from
Jake Johnson was
like I know his face and
dude-
name, but I don't know why I know his face and name.
the foil to Zoe Deschanel in New Girl.
A New Girl, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
Also
okay.
in Minx. I'm not sure if you caught Minx.
Never saw Minx.
It's good. I would
Okay.
check it out. Yeah. It is about male porno mags, so
That's fine.
No, you will see dicks, but
Okay.
worth it.
Cool.
Come on, we all watched Game of Thrones.
This is true.
We've seen some hog in our day. It's we're not phased. So basically, my verdict on Spider-Verse 2 is that Sony can make a Spider-Man movie, but can Marvel? Can they make a good movie at all? Maybe we should talk about that.
You're talking about the studio that once upon a time made Daredevil.
Yes.
And Blade.
Oh yeah.
And Blade Trinity.
Oh yeah.
None of those movies we will be talking about because they're not in the MCU
And the Hulk.
and Hulk.
All right. So when we talk about if they make a good movie or not, like they've made movies. So
This is undeniable.
yes, they've made movies. They exist. There's literally dozens of them. Even if they are good or bad, like some are just straight up stinkers, but like some are good. I think some are passable. None of them have been like, yo, that was fucking defining cinema.
Look, if we're talking specifically about the MCU and not really joking about what came before, then yeah, I'll agree with that 100%. But honestly, outside of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, most of Marvel's output prior to Iron Man were stinkers.
Yeah.
Like,
You liked Iron Man's?
well, I'm not saying Iron Man is, a top tier movie or anything. I'm just saying it. Like, okay, compared to where we came from, i.e., Blade and Daredevil,
First Blade was good.
it was okay.
It was okay.
It was better than Daredevil. I think the only good thing about Daredevil was the
Well, I mean,
soundtrack
yeah.
because it was edgy.
It wasn't like All Disturbed or some shit.
It was bring me to life in every scene.
pretty much
Oh man, no. What was the one? Oh no, the one that was All Disturbed was fucking
Underworld?
Punisher. I forgot.
I forgot
forgot
about
about that.
Movie, yeah.
Yeah, that was all butt rock.
all butt rock all day.
But yeah, all right. Let's go through this. Are we doing sequentially or alphabetically? I think we're going alphabetically. All right, alphabetically. Let's go. The most, I guess, Quantumania isn't up here. Did you guys see Quantumania?
I did.
How did you feel about it? I'll let you be the judge because I did not see it.
Admittedly, I felt a little bit let down just because I thought going into it, I expected a little bit more. I think. I mean, I don't have any particular love for Ant-Man. I do have particular love for Paul Rudd. Like, I love Paul Rudd. He's great, but and I have no problem with him as Ant-Man. I think he's been doing a great job. Yeah, honestly, great casting. Quantumania, if we're gonna go from S to D tier, it's either high C or low B, but it's pretty
Low B, really?
pretty in the middle, I think.
Okay.
But since is that Quantumania right there?
No, it's Ant-Man and Wasp.
That's just Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So did we all see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I couldn't get through it. It just felt meh.
I have not.
I
will be honest with you. I have not seen most of the MCU movies.
Fair.
I've seen the Thor movies and the Avengers movies and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and
Why
think
was
that's it.
Quantumania? Why was Quantumania at Q, but Ant-Man and Wasp is number one?
You know what? We're gonna roll with it. So yeah,
Okay.
We'll just go in whatever order.
Okay, yeah.
we have.
Quantumania we can drop in C. I'd say Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay,
It's more uneventful than Quantumania, though.
I would still put it in C. The only Ant-Man movie I'd put above that is Ant-Man,
Ant-Man.
which I'd put in B.
I would say high B for Ant-Man.
Maybe mid B. Okay, see,
We'll see. We'll see
starting
as
off
it-
starting off alphabetically because all the Ant-Man movies are first is kind of difficult, and then we're gonna roll right
We're gonna
into
go
it.
straight into Avengers.
Exactly, which is like significantly. That's a big jump.
Okay. I'll
Also,
say,
I
like,
see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man on this list.
Yeah, I also see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. And real quick, we're gonna go out of order. Can we
say-
put Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 in the D tier, please?
are they now canon because of
No Way Home.
Yes.
No Way Home? Okay.
Yeah.
So then that's why they're there. All right. So half of this list is Spider-Man. Let's rank the Spider-Man.
Whoa,
those
no.
movies got-
That's got to go way down. That's got to go way down.
Those movies got retconned into being in the MCU because of No Way Home.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like there was some type of like pushback from the internet for that to even happen in the first place.
It was such a cool moment, though.
like,
honestly.
"Bring back Tobey
And
Maguire."
That's cool.
okay, so while I said Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 have to go in the D tier, those movies were not good. I feel like Andrew Garfield got way too much flack because I don't think he was that bad.
I think Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man.
I agree. And I'm so happy he got his redemption in Spider-Man Can't Go Home. No, seriously, that moment, I was in the theater. I think I teared up a
still
little
haven't
bit.
seen it. So I know I got it all spoiled for me. I already know I haven't seen it. So like I know what I'm in for. I just literally just have not made the time to
That was a movie-going event.
Yeah. I realized that.
was
But that was like what was it like? We were like peak Omicron.
That
or
was
some
peak
shit like
Omicron,
that, and I
yeah.
was just like, I don't know if I'm fucking trying to get COVID for Spider-Man. Retrospect probably would have been fine. But if I was willing to risk it for
Yeah.
Common Rider, I should have been able to risk it for Spider-Man.
Probably.
So next one,
I think
alphabetical.
we should hold off on Avengers.
I think we wait
Yeah.
on
Okay,
Avengers.
so
yeah.
then we'll go. Let's just roll straight into Captain Marvel.
Captain
then,
Marvel C.
yeah, I'm gonna
I
agree
don't
with
feel
that.
like we really
I
need any more discussion.
haven't seen either of the Ant-Man movies, but I agree. C. Captain Marvel was fine.
Like my biggest gripe for Captain Marvel, it's just like, yeah, I get it. It was supposed to be like this, like empowering, like woman focused movie, but it came off pandering because like the big pivotal scene in the movie, they just start playing "I'm Just a Girl," the No Doubt song, and
Gwen Stefani, if you're listening, please.
yeah, it just felt kind of pandery. The movie overall, pretty good.
These movies only pander.
You're okay. You're right.
He has a point.
So I don't want to lean straight into like the keyboard warrior discourse that happened when the movie came out and like all of the women hating people in the world, which is unfortunately very large crossover with comic book readers.
We would know. We all fit into that category.
Yeah, like they definitely like review bombed the movie when it came out, literally just because a woman was the main character.
Yeah.
So disregarding all of that, it's a pretty good movie. Wasn't as bad as everyone says it is, but definitely not home run.
I mean, if we're talking about it in the grand scheme of the MCU and just looking at the other movies on this list, it's hard to put it above C. Which it's weird because we have S through D. I feel like the C tier is kind of like the average movies, whereas B tier, I'd still say that's above average in this case, and then D tier is the obvious stinkers. Sorry, Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, C is like movie happened, it progressed the storyline a bit, things happened, wasn't horrible. And then B is like I enjoyed that movie.
B is I probably would have watched it like once or twice. Anything above that, I've watched multiple times. S tier is like I continue to go back and watch those movies.
Gotcha.
The shows are on here too, so we'll get there.
What is that one there? Is
that Winter Soldier?
Soldier?
Winter Soldier?
Oh no, that's Captain America: The First Avenger, I think.
No, First Avenger is the second one.
Okay, so Winter Soldier, that's for me. I'm putting that at least in A tier.
I
think so?
Sorry, go ahead, Pat.
I just wanted to say I haven't seen this movie either, but I hear a lot of people say this is one of the better MCU movies.
I would say I am ride or die Captain America fan, but like I would not put any of the Captain Americas in A tier.
Okay, here my reasoning behind this. I feel like Winter Soldier, that movie, because I think the Russo brothers directed that one, and I'm pretty sure that they played a shitload of Metal Gear before they made that movie because it feels like what
Espionage.
Yeah, and I like that,
Okay. I'll have to give it a rewatch.
I would definitely recommend it. I remember coming off of Captain America: The First Avenger and saying I probably won't go see another Captain America movie in theaters. I'm glad that I reneged on that and I ended up going to see Winter Soldier because that one was I really enjoyed that.
I would love to see Chris Evans doing like a Metal Gear style codec call with fucking Sam Jackson or something.
Dude, that would be sick.
Would have been a great post-credit scene.
All right. So moving on. First Avenger.
See.
Yeah. I feel like everything from that first phase one pretty much all lands in C.
This is the first
minus.
one, right?
Yeah.
The
Like, I
first
remember when
Captain-
that came out, I was
Yeah.
just like, what a time to be alive. We finally got a Captain America movie.
You were
This is
repping
it.
hard, I remember.
Yeah. Like I was
had
juiced.
that
I wore
shield.
my hoodie to the
Yeah.
movie. I don't think I brought the shield with me
Okay,
to the
well,
movie,
you were-
but I have one.
Yeah.
But yeah, thoroughly okay.
It was too long, I think. There was definitely some fat that could have been trimmed that I think would have elevated it a little bit, but it's not bad. It's just okay.
I think C. I only saw it once in theaters and never saw it again and barely remember it.
I think I saw it once in theaters and then probably once or twice on a big rewatch of Marvel movies. And I would never choose, if I wasn't watching all of them, to go watch
Watch
that one.
specifically.
Yeah.
So Civil War, this is, I feel like the movie itself was pretty cool. It was basically just one long fucking action scene.
Yeah.
So I want to say it goes definitely above Ant-Man and Wasp. That's for sure. I want to say high C, but if you're are we factoring in comic book, like if it's true to the comics at all?
I think, okay, because it's an MCU tier list, not a comic tier list, I feel like we should really just,
Then I'd put that high C.
honestly, I'd put it like low B. And that's
Fine.
more for me is because it felt like kind of Avengers light, I think. And that's not a knock on it. It was very much a crossover movie.
It was better than Avengers 2. I know that.
Oh, absolutely. Avengers 2 is for sure going in the C tier, but we will get there.
Avengers Light is a good thing. Like
Yeah.
when I heard that this was going to be the new movie, the new Captain America movie was like another big crossover event. I was excited about that initially. I never actually ended up seeing this movie, but based on just the premise, I was excited.
The stair car makes an appearance.
From Arrested Development? Oh, are you kidding?
It's like in the background of the airport.
Pretty
fight
funny.
scene.
There, one thing I will say, and I think part of the reason I would put it in B, is it was the introduction to two really great characters in the MCU, Black Panther and Spider-Man.
Yes.
Is Black Panther also in this one first?
He plays a very pivotal role in Civil
I
War.
think
Well, I
Civil
knew
War
about-
is when his dad dies and he has to assume.
I only know that
mantle.
because of the beginning of Black Panther. But you're right. Yeah.
Frankly, they wrote T'Challa way better in Civil War than they did in his own
His movie.
movie.
That's too bad.
He was too wishy-washy in Black Panther.
Yeah. He has one of the best lines in the MCU in Civil War. It's when they're all riding in the car, right? After they get arrested, he's chasing down Winter Soldier after they find him, and then they all end up getting arrested by the government Avengers. And he's riding in the car with Cap, and he's like, I ask you as warrior and king, how long do you think you can keep your friends safe from me? I'm like, that is savage as fuck,
That's
dude.
tight. I fuck with that. I should watch this one someday. It's pretty. You guys like it, right?
Oh, yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah. like-
It's Winter Soldier was still better, but Civil War is not a bad watch.
I want to see Captain America punch Iron Man. So
if we're basing it on comic books, travesty, horseshit, bottom
D
of the
tier,
list. Worst-
absolutely.
worst
Below the
fucking-
Amazing Spider-Men's.
Worst fucking rendition of Civil War you could possibly fucking do. Civil War is like my favorite comic book arc, like of all time. There was a period of time where I was like working on trying to collect every single issue of it. Like never fucking accomplished it because it's hard to find all of them in relatively good condition. Like thankfully they have like the collected ones that are easier to put together, but there's so many crossovers like it's hard to check off the list.
If we're not going based on comic book accuracy, though, it's pretty damn good.
it's tight.
Definitely.
Okay.
Let's see. Is that that's
Dr. Freak.
that's
Doctor Strange.
that's not Madness in the Multiverse, right? That's just regular old
It's just
Doctor
regular
Strange.
Yeah. I'd say high C.
Yeah, I'd put it above the two Ant-Man movies we got in there.
Like as far as like a collection of action movies, Bendelman Cumbersnatch is just unappealing. He's not a good action hero. He's not a good action hero.
I think he's a good Doctor Strange, though.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm a little bit biased, admittedly, but
I'm really struggling. I don't remember if I've seen this movie or not. I thought I did, but I don't think so, actually. I know I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness, but I thought I saw this one.
okay. Madness in the Multiverse was really cool.
Okay.
I mean, as a movie, was it great? But I think one of the biggest things is Sam Raimi directed it, and Sam Raimi is usually a good thing.
That's right.
When he does it right, it's a good thing. The horror chase scene at the end with Wanda, that was
I didn't see it. I was saying because I'm not a fan of the original Spider-Mans. Like, I get it. They play a pivotal role in, like, my childhood, but, like, after rewatching them, I'm like, these movies kind of blow ass.
we're gonna unpack that when we get to the Spider-Man movies.
We got to do a non-MCU Marvel tier list.
Oh no, everything is in D tier except like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, and 1.
Yeah, okay. Spider-Man 3 is definitely
3
in the
can be in D
though.
tier, yeah.
All right, so next we got Guardians.
Guardians
S.
is really good.
Guardians
I think
1,
S is, yeah.
S tier.
Yeah.
Easy
I cried
S.
in the theater.
I cried in both of them actually.
This has my favorite intro to any Marvel movie, and I don't think that's a controversial statement. I think
No.
Come and Get Your Love.
I think that lots of people probably share that opinion.
One of my favorite parts of it, I want to say, was it Endgame or Infinity War? It had to have been Endgame when they did the time jump and then they end up seeing they play the intro, but then they go from a separate point of view and he, like, you don't hear the music. He's just sitting there, just like, come and get you.
Yeah.
That was great.
He's just dancing in a wet cave.
Yeah.
Good little moment there, yeah.
Yeah. That was top.
All right. Guardians 2.
I didn't see Guardians 2.
I'd still say S.
No, definitely not.
Okay, it's got to be high A at least.
B.
No
High
way.
B.
I bawled like a baby when Yondu died, dude.
Okay, that's a very good part. Sorry, Pat.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Sorry.
seen 3.
You saw
I know
3?
he
Okay.
died.
Okay.
But I just haven't seen 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yondu dying. Yes, that's a tearjerker. But
That whole moment,
save
though,
the whole movie.
from the moment he saves Peter and he gives him the speech about how he was your father, but he wasn't your daddy, like, to the moment that immediately succeeds that, oh man, I got to go watch it again.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I remember that. Anyone with like any remote daddy issues is crying during that movie.
Absolutely.
But I still say high B because it doesn't, like, yes, that is a pivotal scene in all of the MCU because they're not known for their emotionality, but like that stands up there. But the rest of the movie was just more of the same of the first one. They were trying to recapture lightning in a bottle, and it just didn't work.
Okay. If I'm really not looking at it through the rose-tinted glasses of how good that moment was, admittedly, Guardians 2 had some really high highs, but Guardians 1 was basically just high highs. Mm-hmm. Guardians 2 definitely was peaks and valleys. So I don't know if I can say low. Wait, you said high B.
I said high B. I'd put it above Ant-Man.
Okay. You know what? I can agree with that.
All right.
Yeah. S.
Guardians 3, haven't seen it. I feel like the general consensus for this one is it's great. Haven't seen it, but I'll
It's
trust
pretty
you.
good. You like it more than 2?
I haven't finished it.
Oh, I see.
I happened to waltz into a theater and I wasn't supposed to be there. I caught 30 minutes of it, and the 30 minutes I caught was like, wow, this is a masterpiece. I have to go see it.
Okay.
I'm still planning that movie date with my girlfriend, so it's going to happen.
As the only one who's actually seen the whole movie, I didn't like it as much as the first one, but S is fine. I'd probably put it in A. TBH.
Okay. You know what? Because Pat's the only one that's seen it, tentatively A.
Tentative A.
I will come back to this on whatever pod we get to after I see it.
Cool. And I'll watch 2 in the meantime.
Hell yeah.
All right, what do we got there?
Is that Can't Go Home?
I think it's the second one.
That's Tommy.
That's the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Far From Home.
Yeah.
Can we do these 3 in order?
Okay.
Why is Spider-Man all the way up here? I guess F, but like, yeesh.
All right. So Homecoming, I feel like felt different it just felt different than all the other Marvel movies. So I feel like that's definitely a high A contender.
I can agree with that.
I like it in A. It's my favorite of the 3 new Spider-Mans.
Okay.
I don't know if I feel the same way about that, but I'll give it A for sure.
I like all of them, but this is still my favorite.
All right. And then number 2, I feel like was still good, but also I feel like kind of dragged.
I'd throw that. If Guardians 2 is a high B, then Far From Home is a high B.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I can find with that.
Like I would say I enjoyed Guardians 2 more than Far From Home, but again, I have some pretty hard bias towards Guardians 2. So
I'd say, is No Way Home on streaming already?
I think they all are.
Yeah, it should be.
I think they're all on Disney Plus now.
They're all on Disney, but
All right. I'll make that my homework to watch that and then see Spider-Verse 2.
that's a lot of Spider-Mans.
I mean, I feel like Spider-Man as a character is very enjoyable.
Yeah, he's a great
Tom
character.
Holland's good.
Yeah,
Good
he's-
actor for it. Yeah, so where would you put 3?
No Way Home. It's okay. So it's really hard because I want to put it in S. I really, really do. I don't think it's as good as Guardians 1. But the thing is, that movie is kind of like fan service the movie in the best way possible. It basically delivered on what a multiversal Spider-Man movie should be, because everyone was like, oh, dude, what if we get Toby, Andrew, and Tom all in one movie? And like it's so hard because there's so
Better
many
than
good things.
2. Is it better than 2?
Oh, absolutely. It's
And there you
at
go,
least
A.
it's at least A, possibly S.
I think it's better than 2. I don't quite like it as much as the first one. I think Homecoming is kind of just a better like standalone movie. Don't get me wrong, No Way Home in theaters was a great time.
Hell yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. My theater was very excited. Made for a great movie going event. But you take all that fan service away, and I think the first one is just kind of a stronger movie on its own merits.
Yeah, Pat's right. But okay, one thing I distinctly remember about that movie before we get to The Incredible Hulk is I'm a very good lawyer. I was freaking out.
My theater popped off for Charlie.
My theater didn't pop off at all. I popped off, and then the guy right in front of me was just turned to his girlfriend or wife and goes, "Who's that?" And I was just like, "What do you mean? Who's that?"
Yeah,
Like
he's
Daredevil in it?
Daredevil
Like
was
for
at the-
2 minutes,
Okay. Yeah,
but
he's-
it was a big. It was big. Yeah,
Okay.
it was super cool.
They use the Netflix Daredevil?
Yeah, Charlie Cox.
Oh, cool.
So, Charlie Cox, if you're listening, big fan, please reach out. Incredible Hulk.
Easily D.
I don't remember this movie at all.
Love Ed Norton, but that
I-
movie just sucked.
I know I've seen
Big
it. I
agree.
couldn't tell you anything
And
that
it sucks.
happened.
There's like so much good shit you could do with the Hulk, but they just every single time the Hulk is on the big
Wait,
screen.
I feel like Ed Norton wasn't a
Bar-
bad Bruce Banner
he
either.
was great. He was
Yeah.
great, but the movie was shit. Like
Yeah,
same
no.
thing with it's the same problem with Ant-Man. It's like Paul Rudd, amazing
Fantastic.
actor, can do anything you give him, but it doesn't save the movie from being shit.
Yeah, part of the reason that I feel like we put Ant-Man as high as we did is because like Paul Rudd is great, and most of his co-stars, like the side characters, are pretty awesome. But
Except for whoever plays the Wasp. I won't.
you're not a fan of Evangeline Lilly?
I won't bat for her.
Okay, fair enough.
She's like an anti-vaxxer or some shit.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. Well, let's not get into that. We're on an
Yeah.
MCU tier list.
Anti-vaxxer tier list next week.
Oh. I feel like I'm getting a bout of sickness coming on. I might not be here next week. Iron Man. Okay, so Iron Man's a little bit hard to place for me because as a movie, I don't think it's that great, but I have a little bit of a soft spot for it being that it kicked
It's
everything.
the
off.
golden eye of the MCU.
That is a great way to put it.
So
I don't know. I think C is too low.
I think it's B, probably.
Because
Like,
it's not one of the best, but it's better than average.
so fucking long though.
That's probably its biggest problem.
Like that's the biggest problem. Yeah, that's the problem with all the Iron Man movies. They are just drawn out. Like you go back to rewatch them, you're just like, okay, let me just get the fucking cliff notes because this shit's too long.
With that said, one of the best casting decisions the MCU made was Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony
Absolutely.
Stark.
Yeah,
Like,
kind of
Literally saved his career.
nailed it with that one.
I mean,
They owe each other.
like yeah, it did, but also They wanted Tom Cruise at one point. Can you imagine Tom Cruise instead of Robert Downey Jr.? I can't.
No, then it would just be with the Hulk.
Then it'd be in Hulk tier. Yeah.
We might not have an MCU
New tier,
in that
Hulk
case.
tier.
New tier, Mission Impossible tier.
Is this Iron Man 2?
2. That's the best of the Iron Men.
I don't think so. I really didn't like
Really?
it.
I think Iron Man 1 is the best of the Iron Man.
I think so, too.
And I think Iron Man 3 is the worst.
I
Iron
never
Man
saw
2 is
3.
definitely like it's very dialogue heavy. They really like pull all the punches until the very end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then the little bit of non-dialogue you do get is pretty underwhelming.
Right.
Also,
yeah,
Mickey Rourke being Russian was just kind of weird for me.
Mickey Rourke being at all. It's so weird.
See?
Stop doing movies after this movie.
I
hasn't been
put
in
it a
shit.
little higher up and see.
Let's just say these aren't ordered at the moment.
Just in the tier. Okay, we'll go back and clean it up later. Iron Man 3, worst.
Never saw it.
The worst one.
I want to put it in C, but realistically, I think I'm going to say D. And I hate to do it because I really, really love Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. So putting any of his movies down there feels bad, man. But he has plenty of other appearances in the MCU, so that's fine.
Yeah, it definitely felt like you're just doing this movie for filler. It felt like a filler movie.
It really was, I think.
Yeah, which is kind of that's how I feel in general about any of the streaming era movies. They all kind of feel like they're just pushing this shit out to put it on streaming.
Fair enough. This
is the first Black Panther. I feel like high C.
Okay, we're in
C,
the
mid-B.
same page. There. I wouldn't go mid B. I think
Really?
high C.
Parts of the movie are shot in Oakland.
I know, like we got a rep, but at the same time,
Our integrity.
the movie wasn't very good. Like,
I think Killmonger is the most nuanced villain in the entire MCU.
I think that Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger was fantastic, and I'm always going to shout out Chadwick Boseman, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But I had talked about this with Civil War. He was written so much better in Civil War. He was one of the coolest characters in that movie, bar none. And it felt like a completely different character in his own movie. And I think that just pulled me out of it so hard that I don't know. The soundtrack was fire though.
The house track is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's all those whoop, 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 whoop sounds. I like all that shit. I would say low B, high C. I like Black Panther, but I don't remember it that well. I agree that Killmonger is a good villain, and I'm shocked that you would say anything remotely flattering about Michael B. Jordan.
Right?
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Michael B. Jordan, but man, he's a very good, very nuanced character. I gotta respect
Good villain,
him for it.
definitely.
Yeah. It's like, because like half the movie, I'm like, I agree with this guy. Why are we aren't we just
He's
like
the
working
bad guy?
together here? Yeah, exactly. Like the scene where he tries to take the shit from the museum.
Yeah,
like,
that's pretty good.
Baller. That's the most baller shit I've ever seen. That's the fucking closest I ever think Disney will ever come to like being like, people talk about like going woke and all that shit, but that's like the closest they've ever got to like spitting some facts. Like, like that didn't come off super pandery. It was just like, no, real talk. Like that's a moment. That was a movie moment for me.
His speech at the end of the movie when he's dying was pretty good too.
But anyway, see, like the more we talk about it, I was like, we need to move that higher up.
Okay, I think we could put it low B.
I think B's good. Yeah.
There is definitely some high moments, and if we're going to talk about Guardians 2's peaks and valleys, I think Black Panther had more valleys, but there were definitely some good moments. Okay,
There are higher peaks in Black Panther than the more consistent peaks of Guardians 2.
It
It was in Oakland. All right, next.
Oh, okay.
70 songs versus whoop, 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 whoop.
So that one right there, Thor, D tier,
D. Easy.
definitely. Also, Thor: The Dark World, D tier.
Oh, no, C.
Absolutely
We're going
not.
to C. Dark World is my favorite Thor movie.
Oh,
I haven't seen
Ham, who hurt you?
It's clear you
clarity, I
haven't seen
haven't seen
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Clearly.
But
Have you
Dark
seen
World
Is it Love and Thunder?
I haven't seen Love and Thunder either.
That's fine.
Okay, see, here's the thing. There's no Thor movie that gets above C tier for me.
Really?
I saw Ragnarok in theaters.
It's got Jeff Goldblum.
I know, but you know what's
Goldblum,
crazy?
If you're listening.
Like, I like Chris Hemsworth as Thor, and I enjoy him in the non-Thor movies, like the Avengers. Not a single Thor movie have I walked out of the theater and been like, yeah, I really enjoyed that. Ragnarok, the first time I went to see it, I fell asleep. I had to go back to the theater and see it again just to stay awake. I chugged 2 energy drinks to make sure I wouldn't fall asleep. And I still walked out of there like, eh.
I feel like the thing with are you fine with putting that one in C?
I want
Ragnarok?
At least.
I think Ragnarok should be B. I really like it. I think it's the best Thor movie by a lot. It's one of the only funny MCU movies.
It's the best Thor movie by a lot, but that's not saying much because I think both of the other two are in D tier easily.
They probably are. I didn't see Dark World. I barely remember the first Thor. Ragnarok is good, though. I will defend it.
I'm surprised that our most contentious argument on this tier list so far has been the Thor movies.
I know, a little surprising.
Because there's so many better things.
Thor 1 I'd put in D, 2 I didn't see, and Love and Thunder I'd put in F if we had one.
Nice. All right. You know what? Just because it's been so long since I've seen The Dark World, and mind you, my memory of it is that, it was abysmal. But
Okay, this is definitely one of those ones where it's like, it's not good. It's drawn out. But some of the visual effects when they're like working with the ether and shit, like, because I remember going to see the movie in theaters, people got up and left. Like, I'm not saying it was a great movie by any stretch. I am saying it is low C. I am saying it is better than Thor.
they're
Like-
both so bad, though.
Some of the scenes, like the super weird spacey shit, I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, that's tight. That reminds me. This is pre Star Wars
Reboot.
this is
New
new
trilogy.
This is pre-new trilogy.
Yeah.
So like all of that weird spacey ethereal shit, I was just like, that gave me like real like TIE fighters and space vibes. And like I really only liked it for that, like those 20-30 minutes where that shit is happening in the movie.
You get some
the rest of
sci-fi.
it is ass. I'm not going to argue that.
All right, so I guess just from where I'm coming from, like, I mean, obviously I care about visual effects in movies, but it's never been anything that I've really based my opinion off of. Hence, case in point, why I think Avatar is hot garbage.
Avatar is hot garbage.
Thank you. But you know what? I'm just, especially based on the fact that I only watched The Dark World maybe twice because at some point I rewatched it.
I couldn't get to it a second time.
I'll agree to disagree and just leave it there, and we'll revisit this at some point in time because I want to get on to that.
Ragnarok?
Oh, no, we already put Ragnarok. I guess we put Ragnarok in low B, right?
I wanted to be.
B as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, not Ragnarok. I meant Love and Thunder.
Oh, no, we already put
No,
that
Love
in
and
D.
Thunder's in D.
That's already in D.
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay.
It's a huge fall off. I was expecting to really like it after Ragnarok.
Yeah, because I
It's
feel
just
like
not funny.
Ragnarok went in there was like, let's just take Thor a little less serious and kind of just like feel it out. And then they went too far
It's
into
just
that.
it's
and
it's got the exact same tone as Ragnarok. It just for some reason doesn't hit at all. I couldn't tell you why.
I think
That's it.
so. Okay, well, I don't think Ragnarok in any way was lightning in a bottle in the way that Guardians was. I think it suffers from the same problem that Guardians 2, as you described it, trying to capture lightning in a bottle twice and failing. It didn't just
Ironically, with
fail.
the God of Thunder.
Yeah.
It tried to capture lightning in a bottle and got Ben Franklin.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, WandaVision.
Skip TV series? I
thought-
don't know
Oh,
if
no. We can't skip TV series because Daredevil's on this list, and that's going in S. But
I never
we'll get
saw
there.
it.
Oh, that's
I haven't seen any of the TV shows.
Yeah,
Daredevil
I
is
don't have that
probably
fucking time.
the best thing that Marvel has done, hands down.
Well, we'll put it
Really?
in S tier and call
Absolutely.
it
Okay.
Yeah. All right, WandaVision. That's B.
B. Okay.
I'd watch it again.
I'll trust your judgment.
Yeah, we trust you.
That's Falcon and Winter Soldier. D.
That was also a series.
Yeah,
Okay.
I struggled to get through that.
Okay.
Loki. B.
Okay.
Loki was pretty damn good.
Everyone loves that guy.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shang-Chi.
Did anybody else watch Shang-Chi?
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi was pretty good.
I'm willing to give that B as well.
Yeah, I like Shang-Chi and B.
Yeah.
Also local.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Oh Lord.
Black Widow. They
Probably D.
all with Taskmaster.
Oh,
One of my favorite villains, but
big ball drop.
yeah.
What is that?
What if? Animation.
Oh. B. What if had some okay.
With that series is very hit and miss.
Yeah, but the hits were really good. The misses were not as much, but the hits were really good. Hawkeye.
Did not see it.
Hawkeye show.
I mean,
It's a struggle between C and D for me, boys. I really like Jeremy Renner.
yeah,
so-
I love Jeremy Renner.
All right,
I would
yeah,
put
I'm
that
willing
in
to put
C.
C.
I
solidly.
love nobody loves Jeremy Renner. Do you guys have the Jeremy Renner app? Talking to some real Renner heads, I guess. I didn't realize.
Eternals. D.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
It's really long and
It's got Kamal Gianni. How do you spell it?
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail
Yeah.
Nanjiani. Yeah, there you go.
it also has
The King of the North.
yeah, it has both Kings of the North. King of the North.
Yeah, like it.
Finally. All right. Spider-Man 1.
it.
Easy S tier.
Nah,
No, I know. Definitely not.
doesn't hold up.
Okay, wait, hang on. No, it's low B.
Yeah. I'll give
okay,
it that.
cool,
I'll give it
cool,
that.
cool.
No,
Good.
I'm not saying it's a D tier movie, but like you get 3 minutes. Like that's
Shout outs to Macho Man Randy Savage. Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
The cream always rises to the top. Got you for 3 minutes.
You know what? Just because of that, let's rise it to the top of the B tier. How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah,
just
perfect.
just for the
Macho Man.
Yeah.
It's not ordered, but in this case, it is. Close enough. Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
Got to be above Spider-Man 1. Sorry.
What do we have in A and S right now?
Guardians 1 is the only movie in S. In A, we have Captain America, Winter Soldier.
I can put Spider-Man 2 in A tier. I'm comfortable with that. I think below
All the new Spider-Mans.
Homecoming. Yeah.
I'd still put it above Can't Go Home.
It would be
No Way Home.
number one.
My
with
girlfriend
a
and I
bullet.
call it Can't Go Home. So.
Can't go home. No go home.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that's D tier.
Three? What happened
I don't
with
know.
3?
C. I want to say low C. It is better than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's true. But like, okay, Spider-Man 3, I think the problem was it felt like they tried to include too many villains. Any one of them individually would have been perfectly fine. Harry Osborn is the new Green Goblin. Perfect. Make a movie out of it. I thought Topher Grace was super campy as Eddie Brock, but I enjoyed that. Except that he's only Venom for like the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
But that would have been fine. Sandman, they emotionally attached us to him at the beginning of the movie. Could have been fine. They tried to do all three, and then it ended up being an absolute
If they
clusterfuck.
did Sandman, Hydro Man, Mudman, then it would have been great.
I would have been happier if they did Big Wheel.
Yeah. Who's Big Wheel?
Oh boy,
I don't know Big Wheel.
we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Venom goes in Venom tier.
Yeah,
That's whole
Venom.
tier for sure.
okay, fine. If Venom is in D
Eminem
tier, then
Eminem
yeah, I'll let Spider-Man 3 be in C tier. That's cool. The second Venom movie,
2 dropped the ball
D tier.
so fucking hard with Carnage. Carnage is one of the sickest characters in all of comic book history. Literally psycho carny space murderer. How do you fuck that up? Woody Harrelson as Carnage. And you just shit into my eyes.
Did you see this movie? Did you see Venom 2?
Bits
and pieces.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Fucking boring.
Don't watch it. S tier,
Oh, what are we on?
Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil. Okay.
You watched the Netflix shows, DZ, didn't you?
I
Because it was that one, Luke Cage and
Jessica Jones, and
Didn't you
Iron
watch them for a
Fist.
bit?
Luke Cage and Daredevil. I think I watched the most of it. If they did more than one season, I only watched the first season.
Oh.
Daredevil did 3.
I only watched the first season. I think. Of
How
both
did you
of them.
feel about it?
I don't even remember
All right,
at
cool.
all. It was so long ago.
So is Daredevil like a slow burn, or is it like? Because like I feel like that's weird. Each of these we got to do all of the increments. So like, why aren't we doing each season of them? Because I feel like the first seasons are always kind of dragging.
I would love to break down Daredevil like longer, but I'd rather just get through this tier list and
Yeah.
then go over why Daredevil was so
we'll
great.
revisit it.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, I think a perfect time to revisit it will be when the Disney Plus Daredevil comes out.
Right.
But seriously, all 3 seasons of Daredevil was great. And I'm not one of those, Netflix shows are really hit or miss, and the Marvel shows were no exception.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones was okay. Iron Fist was bad. And Luke Cage
I forgot about Iron Fist.
Luke Cage was boring. And see, I love Iron Fist as a
I do
character.
too.
I was so ready for it, and they dropped the ball so hard. The fact that it opened up on so fresh, so clean, I was ready for it, and then it was just garbage.
What is that one that you've got that you're hovering over there?
That is Moon Knight, which I would probably throw in
I'd go high C.
high
if
C or
anything.
low B. I feel like it had a lot of potential, and they dropped the ball.
That's the dude that looks like Rami Malek, right?
Oscar Isaacs.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of potential with Moon Knight, and I feel like they still can do more with it.
Remember how I was just talking about how great Daredevil was? Defenders got to be in D.
What is Defenders?
That came out?
Yeah,
what is
the
that?
fuck?
it wasn't so defend.
It's a
So
TV
the
show or a movie? That's
TV show.
Oh, okay.
Basically, all the Netflix heroes teamed up together. It was kind of like a 4-person Avengers, and they're all like street level heroes. So instead of superpowers, they're
It's the DC Arrowverse, but in Marvel.
yeah, but
It's all the
like
low tier.
you want to know what's crazy? I'd say the Arrowverse was better, and I would put that in D tier too. But
Yeah.
D for Defenders.
What
D for
is-
Dookie.
What is that next one down there?
That looks like Madness in the multiverse. No, or Multiverse of Madness. Sorry.
Multiversal maddening.
Has anybody seen it?
Cumberman.
Oh nope. I've seen it multiple times.
It's good.
I'd probably put it somewhere in B.
That's one of those ones where it's like fan servicey. You get the fan service. Like,
There's definitely fan service in it, but there's some really, really good moments as well. So yeah, I'd confidently throw that in B.
I'm always here for Shuma Goroth.
Yeah.
Always.
Did anybody watch Miss Marvel?
No.
I haven't
right.
seen anything that's left on the list.
What's the Hulk, Groot, Legend? Oh, Legends. I've seen Legends. I think that's the one with
Except
Camille
for Avengers.
Nanjiani.
That's
No, that was Eternals, and we put that in D tier.
Oh yeah, I was just saying it wasn't a good movie.
They made
No.
a Groot.
Oh,
show.
Iron Fist is for sure in D.
D.
Punisher is probably
Was
A.
there a new Punisher? Did they do a new Punisher?
John Bernthal? Did you watch Walking Dead?
I hate Walking Dead.
Okay, but you remember the early seasons when it was good?
Did you just put Punisher in A tier?
Absolutely.
Is that good?
It's okay. After Daredevil, it is far and away the best Netflix Marvel show, and it's not remotely close to the other ones that are not Daredevil.
Shit. Okay.
Oh, that's
Like those
cheap.
two
I'll
are
have to
really
check
good.
it out.
Luke Cage.
Let's just let's burn through those Avengers movies real quick. They all go in D tier or
What?
Wow.
Whoa.
Hot
No.
takes for the
those are
end.
going last. Those are going last. Luke Cage. I'd be willing to put it in C tier, but God, it was boring. D tier?
Jessica Jones. Same thing.
I'd put Jessica Jones in C tier. If Luke Cage is in D tier,
You like Jessica Jones more than Luke Cage?
I did.
Okay.
All right. Oh,
All right.
that's easy. Put that at the bottom of D tier, all the way at the bottom.
No, so he's just sexist. It's not even racist.
No, so She-Hulk was the moment I realized I'm no longer Marvel's target audience.
Interesting.
And
Has anybody seen Morbius?
I morbed.
Was it good?
No.
I don't know what the fuck that Groot shit is, but put that in D tier.
It's the baby. It's probably a baby movie.
And I am Groot.
Oh, they
here.
didn't even put the Christmas special on there, or is that the last one at the end?
That's right there.
That is that.
Is that the
Guardians Christmas
Oh,
special.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
C for Christmas.
That makes sense.
It was fine, I
What
guess.
is Marvel Legends? Is that a video game?
That's is that the thing that's like that does deep dives into them or
It's like
whatever?
a behind the scenes thing.
Behind the
I
scenes
think.
thing,
Yeah.
right?
I think so.
So it doesn't
I did,
really count.
that one I did not.
Just
I don't know
D-tier
what
it,
the
yeah.
fuck is that?
Yeah.
Morbius definitely D tier.
What's that? What's
No,
that?
Wakanda
Morbius and
Forever.
S. What are you talking about?
Oh,
Wait, what?
Morbius and S tier.
Ham, stop.
you haven't even seen it.
And morbid here.
That's Wakanda
More
Forever.
tier.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever.
High A.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Didn't see it.
We get the Mesoamerican representation.
Oh, that was the
I'll rewatch it and
yeah.
Like
that's
I
right.
Like if you're fine with
Marvel's
high B,
Race
I'm
War.
fine with high B, but I'm not going any lower than high B.
I mean,
The Marvel race.
as of
Yeah.
having watched it one time, I'd put it in high B, but we can leave it in.
It is also the one detriment is
Hey,
it is
hey.
long as fuck.
Is that why you gave them an ad read earlier?
No.
Let's get to the rest of this list. We need to get out of here.
What is that last one?
Werewolf?
What?
Does it say
Fuck
werewolf?
is werewolf.
Werewolf
know
by
what the-
Night. Yep, throw it in D tier.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
All right, main
All right,
event.
now we're on to the main event of the evening. Avengers.
Avengers 1, Lightning in a Bottle, high A, low S.
Gonna agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I would go
I
low.
think S.
I would
We don't
go
have
S.
anything.
I'd go S. I'd absolutely go S.
just
Age of
wish it was
Ultron.
feels weird seeing Daredevil in S tier. Age of Ultron, but the D.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but it was kind of just that bad.
Lowest point of C or D.
Yeah. And okay, honestly, those two, I'd say that's an easy S for me on both. Infinity War for sure.
I would say the first one, S tier, second one, high A.
I like Infinity War more. I don't really care where they go. I just think that should be above Endgame.
I would put Endgame at the bottom of S still, but Infinity War is an easy S.
Yeah.
S is good.
We're in the end game now.
I mean, come on, dude. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. So well done.
Watching all those sad kids walk out of the theater.
Does that seem like it completes our tier list, guys?
I would say so.
Unfortunately,
Well, now that we have the tier list made up, we can unpack that.
Yeah, we can dive deeper later
we can
if anyone's
dive
ever
deeper.
interested.
yeah. Trust me, we will.
So-
But that's been it for us today. We've been Common Rabble. I've been Pat.
I'm Ham.
Real quick, before we get out of our outroductions, make sure that you hit us up on Twitter and YouTube at Common Rabble Pod. We're also now on some streaming platforms. You can hit us up on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio. Give us a follow over there. We're going to be there weekly. And now, I am Hoodie.
I've been Pat.
I'm Ham.
And I've been DZ. So until next week.
It's Morbin time.
Cut it.